My father came from China by himself as a child, and he worked at different restaurants, and he came to Aurora, worked with another person that had a restaurant, and then my dad became the owner. We were required to go down and help at the restaurant. Of course, there were no labor laws in those days, so even at third grade, I had to peel the onions, which I hated. I had to devein the shrimp, which I hated. And I knew that I didn't want to do that the rest of my life. So I studied hard because I knew I wanted to become an eye doctor. After the 9th grade, kept my grade point average real high too. And then I did the same thing when I went to Illinois College of Optometry. So I knew that if I had good grades, I probably should be able to get a decent job. That's how our family has always been raised, to work hard.
And I seem to have a habit, just like my dad. You just don't quit what you're doing in the middle of doing something. You wait to finish it up until you're actually done. If you are willing to do the hard work, you can get to basically wherever you need to be, whether that's in practice, as an optometrist, or anywhere else in life.
The office has always been successful because he brought in all these elements of knowledge, work ethic. He's taught us all of that.
During my early years in practice, I had to work 6 days a week, and I also would come in no matter what. For patients who wanted to come in early, I'd come in early. Want me to stay late, I'd stay late. I would just try to go above and beyond, and patients would know that I value their business. The main thing is I enjoy people, especially since I see the seniors. They get cataracts. I like to see them smile and see how great it is once their cataracts are done. My daughter specializes with infants starting at 6 months. When young kids get their glasses for the first time, you can see the smile on their face. So I think that's probably why my daughter likes to do the children. And patients know that there's a difference between our practice and other practices.
We all establish a bond, especially if they've been here for many years. They just know we're a family that's been around for a long time. So I think that's more of what it's about, is families taking care of other families.
Families come in, they trust us with their families, and we've been able to do this for many generations already. I've done it for almost 2 decades now. You know, my dad's done it for almost 5.
There's happiness to be seen every day when patients come in and I see a change. I told that to my kids when they're growing up too. That if you want to do this job, or if you want to be an MD, go ahead and be an MD. My son worked as an orderly at a hospital, and the doctors told him, so why do you want to work as an MD and see people getting shot or stabbed, and there's sadness, where in your dad's office, everybody leaves with a smile. So that's why both of them became optometrists.
It's great to work with my dad. If I ever need a second opinion, I mean, he's right there, so that makes it easy. It's also easy transition for patients, so some patients have been here for a long time. Many of the people who've lived in this area know our family, and if my dad's out of the office or whatnot, or if eventually he retires, they feel like they can come to see my brother or I.
I'm not thinking about retirement now because my hobby is optometry. I've always loved it from the beginning. Maybe that's why some people quit at 65. I don't feel like I'm 65, really. Aurora is my hometown, and now that I've been doing this for 46 years, they feel that they consider me a treasure also in the community. So I feel so honored to be called that why should I quit if people appreciate me that much? So we'll see how it goes. Each year is a different year. If I get to babysit more, and I'll babysit more.
I think me and my sister are kind of the biggest proponents of Park Family Eye Care. We're family, and there's going to be times that we fight, have issues. At the end of the day, we establish, a family atmosphere. If we didn't have that, and I would say we have no business having that name.
I would say I'm probably one of the luckiest optometrists to be around, to have my 2 kids do what I'm doing and also enjoy what I'm doing. All they would hear is optometry coming out of my mouth, so I think it just kind of came natural that they would go to ICO, and I hope they continue forward to keep our practice growing.